Hi everybody. Welcome back to ABC General Hospital Spoilers channel. Today, we will delve into a shocking revelation that could turn Rocco Falcone's world upside down, uncovering hidden truths about his origins and the tangled web of deception involving his family and others in Port Charles. The unraveling secret of Rocco's birth. In a dramatic twist that could rival the most intricate soap opera plots, whispers around Port Charles suggest that Rocco Falcone, the beloved son of Lulu Spencer and Dante Falcone, may not have been carried by his mother as he's always believed. A clandestine investigation, orchestrated by none other than Brooklyn Quartermain Chase, has brought to light a stunning piece of history. Rocco was actually delivered by the late Dr. Britt Westburn. Brooklyn, with her knack for digging into buried secrets, employed private investigator Marco Rios to unearth the startling details of Britt's actions years ago. According to the findings, Britt, in a desperate and ethically dubious act, stole a fertilized embryo belonging to Lulu and Dante. With the assistance of her own mother, the infamous Dr. Liesel Obrecht, Britt had the embryo implanted in herself, hoping to claim the child as her own. She named the baby Ben Westburn and spun a web of lies, even attempting to convince Dr. Patrick Drake that he was the father in a bid to win back his affection. This bombshell, now resurfacing after years of silence, raises questions about trust, identity, and the lengths to which people will go for love or manipulation. The discovery that could change everything. The truth came perilously close to exposure when Rocco, alongside his friend Danny Morgan, stumbled upon a file at the Quartermain mansion after a long day working at the Metro Court pool. The file, meticulously compiled by Marco for Brooklyn, bore Rocco's name in bold letters, instantly piquing Danny's curiosity. He handed it over to Rocco, whose heart must have skipped a beat upon seeing his name tied to such mysterious documents. Brooklyn's intentions behind this investigation seem murky at best. Rumors suggest she aimed to discredit Lulu, painting her as less than honest in the eyes of those around her. As Rocco's fingers lingered over the file, one can only imagine the whirlwind of confusion and suspicion brewing in his young mind. Was this a secret kept from him deliberately? And if so, for what purpose? The mansion, a place often filled with family warmth, suddenly felt like a house of shadows, hiding truths that could shatter his understanding of his own life. Rocco's quest for answers. If Rocco manages to dive into the contents of the file without interruption, the emotional fallout could be catastrophic. Picture this, a teenager flipping through pages that rewrite the very story of his existence, learning that Britt Westburn, a woman he likely never knew, carried him to term. The betrayal would sting deeply. Why was this colossal detail withheld from him? Why didn't his father, Dante, ever breathe a word about this surrogate arrangement? Rocco, fueled by a mix of anger and bewilderment, might feel compelled to seek answers directly from the source, his mother, Lulu. Known for her fierce protective nature, Lulu has always been Rocco's rock, especially after enduring her own trials, including a long coma. Yet, this secret could strain even their unbreakable bond. Rocco might storm into their family home, file clutched tightly in hand, demanding to know if Britt truly was the woman who brought him into this world, and why such a fundamental truth was buried. Lulu faces the storm of truth. Confronted by her son's raw emotion, Lulu would have no choice but to unveil the painful reality. She might sit him down, her voice trembling with regret, and confirm that yes, Britt Westburn did carry him as part of a twisted scheme neither she nor Dante initially understood. She could explain how they were unaware for a time that Ben was indeed their Rocco, stolen from them in a cruel act of deception. Lulu might plead for understanding, emphasizing that once the truth emerged, she and Dante fought tooth and nail to reclaim their son and build the family they have today. But for Rocco, this explanation might fall short. The sting of being kept in the dark could overshadow her words, leaving him to grapple with feelings of mistrust. He might lash out, questioning why something so integral to his identity was deemed unimportant for him to know, especially given that he was old enough to comprehend such truths before Lulu's coma struck. A fractured family bond. The emotional chasm between Rocco and his parents could widen in the wake of this revelation. Feeling deceived by the very people who should have been his pillars of honesty, Rocco might withdraw, seeking solace away from Dante and Lulu. Imagine him retreating to the Quartermain mansion, a place teeming with its own drama yet offering a temporary escape from the familial turmoil at home. His resentment might particularly target Dante, whose silence on the matter feels like a personal betrayal. Meanwhile, Brooklyn, the catalyst behind this explosive discovery, could find herself at the center of the storm. Her motive, as perhaps driven by a desire to settle old scores with Lulu, might backfire spectacularly as she faces accusations of meddling in matters far too personal. Lulu, protective and furious, could confront Brooklyn in a heated clash. They are thick with unresolved tensions from their storied past. The confrontation might escalate as Lulu demands to know why Brooklyn felt entitled to unearth such a delicate secret, potentially fracturing alliances within the Quartermain family itself. The long road to healing. Healing from such a profound betrayal will not come easily for Rocco. As he navigates this new reality, he might find an unexpected source of comfort in Joe Palmieri, recently revealed to be a brotherly figure in his life. Their budding connection could provide a safe space for Rocco to process his emotions, away from the judgmental eyes of Port Charles. However, the path to forgiveness for Lulu and Dante seems fraught with obstacles. Rocco's hurt runs deep, and rebuilding trust will require time, patience, and perhaps painful honesty on all sides. Meanwhile, Brooklyn might bear the brunt of the blame for exposing this secret. Her actions could strain her relationship with Harrison Chase, who may question her judgment and ethics in pursuing such a vindictive agenda. Speculation runs rife. Will Chase stand by her, or will this be the breaking point in their partnership? The ripple effects in Port Charles. As this drama unfolds, the ripple effects will undoubtedly touch many in Port Charles. Will Rocco ever come to terms with his origins and the choices made on his behalf? Can Lulu and Dante mend the fractured bond with their son, proving that their love outweighs the mistakes of the past? And what of Brooklyn? Will her quest for revenge ultimately cost her the relationships she holds dear? The Quartermain mansion, often a battleground for family feuds, could become the stage for yet another epic showdown as loyalties are tested and secrets continue to unravel. One thing is certain, the truth about Rocco's birth is a Pandora's box, and now that it's open, nothing in Port Charles will remain the same. Next, we will dive into the fiery mystery that has set Port Charles ablaze with speculation's devastating inferno at Charlie's Pub on June 30th that nearly claimed lives and continues to stoke tensions across town. Who ignited this chaos, and what dark motives lie behind such a brazen act? Let's unravel the tangled web of suspects, hidden agendas, and potential targets in this scorching drama that has everyone on edge. A town gripped by flames and fear. The once welcoming walls of Charlie's Pub, a beloved hub for Port Charles residents, now stand as a charred reminder of a night that shook the community to its core. On June 30th, a raging fire tore through the establishment during Daisy Corinthos Gilmore's christening, trapping Christina Corinthos Davis inside and sending shockwaves through the Corinthos family. The incident, captured in Monday's heart-pounding episode, has left locals whispering in hushed tones about who could be responsible for such a vicious attack. Was this a calculated strike against Sonny Corinthos' sprawling empire, a personal vendetta aimed at Christina, or a sinister plot woven into the power struggles that perpetually simmer beneath the surface of this turbulent town? As the smoke clears, the list of suspects grows, with names like Jen Sidwell, Natalia Ramirez, and even Drew Quartermain floating through the rumor mill. The stakes couldn't be higher for Sonny, who has sworn to exact revenge on whoever dared to torch a piece of his world. With emotions running high and loyalties tested, the mystery deepens with every passing day. Jen Sidwell, a ruthless rival's power grab. At the top of the suspect list looms Jen Sidwell, Sonny's notorious adversary whose thirst for control over Port Charles Piers has sparked countless clashes. Social media is buzzing with fan theories pointing to Sidwell's barely veiled threats and cryptic confessions to Sonny as evidence of his involvement. Could the fire at Charlie's be the latest move in his unrelenting campaign to dismantle Sonny's stronghold? The timing aligns chillingly with other aggressive acts, such as the unresolved penthouse attack that left Michael Corinthos scarred. Charlie's Pub, often seen as a symbolic bastion of Corinthos' influence, would be a prime target for Sidwell to send a blazing message of dominance. Some speculate he may have hired mercenaries to execute the arson, ensuring his hands remain clean while the flames do his dirty work. If Sidwell is behind this, his audacity suggests he's playing a dangerous game, one that could provoke Sonny into an all-out war for control of the town's underbelly. Will the truth point to Sidwell as the mastermind, or is his ruthless reputation merely a convenient cover for another's misdeeds? Natalia Ramirez, a woman scorned by chaos. While Sidwell's motives seem tied to power, Natalia Ramirez emerges as a suspect driven by raw, personal fury. Her recent downward spiral culminating in a shameful drunken outburst at Daisy's christening paints a picture of a woman teetering on the edge. Mixing pills and booze after refusing to leave Port Charles as planned, Natalia's instability has become the talk of the town. Could her resentment towards Sonny, fueled by a humiliating DUI arrest and relentless pressure to turn against the mob boss, have pushed her to orchestrate this fiery act of vengeance? Some whisper that she might have confided in a shady acquaintance, perhaps a low-level operative with a grudge, to set the blaze as a twisted form of retribution against the Corinthos clan. Charlie's Pub, a place tied to Sonny's legacy, would be a fitting target for her rage. Yet, questions linger. Does Natalia possess the cunning to pull off such a scheme, or is her erratic behavior simply making her an easy scapegoat in this smoldering mystery? Sonny's wrath may soon turn her way, but whether she's guilty remains a burning question. Drew Quartermain, a dark horse with hidden resentment. In a surprising twist, Drew Quartermain has emerged as a dark horse candidate in the arson investigation, his name whispered cautiously among those dissecting the tragedy. Known for his calculated moves and simmering grudges, Drew's bitterness over losing custody of Amelia and Wiley Corinthos to Michael last month provides a compelling motive. Could this personal loss have driven him to strike at the heart of the Corinthos family as a means of revenge? Targeting Charlie's Pub, where Christina often works, might be a deliberate attempt to inflict pain on Michael by endangering his sister. Rumors swirl that Drew could be secretly aligned with Sidwell, acting as a puppet in a larger scheme to destabilize Sonny's empire while masking his own involvement. If true, Police Commissioner Anna Devane's ongoing PCPD investigation may soon uncover damning evidence linking Drew to the fire. Imagine the fallout if his vendetta comes to light. Family ties within the Quartermain dynasty could fray, and his standing in Port Charles might crumble. Is Drew the true culprit, or merely a convenient distraction in this fiery puzzle? The target of the blaze, personal or political? The timing of the fire, erupting during Daisy Corinthos Gilmore's christening, suggests a deeply personal attack rather than a random act of violence. If Sidwell is the architect, Charlie's Pub likely symbolizes Sonny's empire, a bold statement to undermine his authority in front of the entire town. However, Christina's presence inside during the blaze raises the chilling possibility that she was the intended target. Was this an attempt to strike at Sonny's heart by harming his daughter, or a message meant for Christina herself amid her own tangled web of alliances and enemies? Jason Morgan, ever the loyal protector of the Corinthos family, is undoubtedly digging into every lead, his steely determination evident as he seeks justice. Yet, the truth remains frustratingly out of reach, obscured by layers of deception and half-truths. The christening, meant to be a joyous celebration of new beginnings, has instead become a haunting backdrop to a crime that could alter lives forever. Whose world Sonny's or Christina's will be shattered most by the revelations to come? The aftermath and unanswered questions. As Port Charles grapples with the aftermath of the Charlie's Pub fire, the community braces for the inevitable fallout. Sonny's vow of revenge hangs heavy in the air, a promise that whoever is responsible will face his unrelenting fury. Will the finger of blame ultimately point to Sidwell, whose power-hungry schemes threaten to engulf the town in conflict? Or will Natalia's personal demons be exposed as the spark that ignited this disaster? Perhaps Drew, hiding behind a mask of respectability, holds the key to the mystery, his actions driven by a vendetta few saw coming. The PCPD, under Anna Devane's watchful eye, continues to piece together clues, but each discovery seems to unearth more questions than answers. Meanwhile, the Corinthos family must navigate their grief and anger, knowing that the true target, whether Sonny, Christina, or the family as a whole, remains unclear. Trust, already a rare commodity in Port Charles, frays further as suspicions mount and alliances are tested. Next, we will explore the blossoming connection between Gio and Emma, a pairing that has captured the hearts of fans across Port Charles and beyond. With exclusive insights from Brendan Bruner, the actress behind Emma, we'll dive into the slow-burn romance, behind-the-scenes chemistry, and the overwhelming fan support that has made this duo stand out on the show. Let's unpack the latest revelations and speculate on what the future holds for these two beloved characters. a pairing that sparks instant chemistry. In the ever-dramatic landscape of Port Charles, few recent pairings have ignited as much excitement as Gio and Emma. Their on-screen dynamic, brimming with subtle glances and unspoken promises, has quickly positioned them as a fan-favorite couple on ABC General Hospital. Brett Brunner, who brings Emma to life with a captivating blend of vulnerability and strength, recently opened up about the origins of this enchanting relationship during an intimate chat on the latest episode of State of Mind. Hosted by GH veteran Maurice Benard, the conversation peeled back the curtain on how Gio and Emma's bond came to be. Brunner revealed that from the very start, she and the actor portraying Gio shared chemistry reads that set the stage for their intertwined storylines. "All of our scenes have really been together," she shared with a smile, hinting at a deliberate plan by the writers to nurture this connection. Whether it's a quiet moment of support or a charged exchange at the heart of a crisis, their interactions have become must-watch television, drawing viewers deeper into their evolving narrative. A slow-burn romance in the making. While sparks are undeniable, Brunner was quick to clarify that Gio and Emma's relationship is not racing toward a passionate climax just yet. Describing their current dynamic as the "I'll be there for you" stage, she painted a picture of a friendship slowly ripening into something more. "It's definitely a slow burn," Brunner admitted, a term that has fans both frustrated and thrilled at the tantalizing pace. This gradual build allows for rich character development, showcasing Emma's independent spirit and Gio's steadfast loyalty as they navigate the chaos of Port Charles together. Imagine late-night conversations at the pier, where Emma confides in Gio about her dreams beyond the town's borders, or Gio quietly stepping in to shield her from an unexpected threat at the hospital. These small, tender moments are laying the groundwork for a romance that promises to be as enduring as it is heartfelt. For now, their bond remains platonic on the surface, but the undercurrent of potential keeps viewers glued to their screens, eagerly awaiting the moment friendship ignites into love. No room for other suitors in Emma's world. During the State of Mind discussion, Maurice Benard couldn't resist teasing Brunner about potential romantic rivals for Emma. "Well, there's nobody else, right?" he quipped, tossing out names like Danny and Rocco, two of Port Charles' younger residents. Brunner's response was swift and firm, laughed off the suggestion, pointing out that these teen boys are far too young for her 20-something character. This clears the deck of any immediate love triangles, cementing Gio as Emma's sole focus in the romance department. Fans might speculate about future complications. Perhaps a mysterious newcomer could challenge Gio's place in Emma's heart, but for now, the path seems clear for this pair to deepen their connection without interference. Picture a scene at the Metro Court, where Emma brushes off a casual flirtation from a visiting businessman, her eyes instinctively seeking Gio across the room. It's these unspoken loyalties that signal to fans that her heart, even if not fully committed yet, is already leaning in one direction. Fan frenzy, the next soap super couple. The buzz surrounding Gio and Emma isn't confined to casual chatter, it's a full-blown movement among GH viewers. Their popularity soared in a recent Soap Hub poll asking fans to name the next great soap super couple. The results were staggering. Gio and Emma triumphed in a landslide victory over competitors like Holly and Doug 3 from Days of Our Lives. This overwhelming support underscores the magnetic pull of their storyline, with social media platforms buzzing with hashtags and fan art dedicated to the couple. Viewers are charmed by Gio's quiet strength, a grounding force for Emma's more impulsive nature, envisioning them as a modern-day power couple who could rival iconic duos from GH's storied past. Whether they're dodging danger tied to Port Charles' underbelly or sharing a stolen moment at a town event, fans are invested in every step of their journey. This groundswell of adoration could push the writers to accelerate their romance, but will the slow burn approach hold, keeping audiences on tenterhooks? Behind the scenes, Brett and Brunner's idol and inspiration. Beyond the on-screen magic, Brunner shared heartfelt insights into her off-screen relationships, particularly with GH legend Finola Hughes, who plays the iconic Anna Devane. "She's my idol, I think," on the show, Brunner confessed, her admiration shining through as she spoke. This reverence extends beyond Hughes' powerhouse performances to her personal warmth and professionalism, qualities that have left a profound impact on the younger actress. Brunner explained that working alongside Hughes elevates her own craft, making each shared scene a masterclass in acting. Imagine the quiet mentorship unfolding between Takeshi's offering a subtle tip on delivering a line with gravitas, or Brunner watching in awe as Hughes navigates a high-stakes confrontation. This dynamic adds depth to their on-screen interactions, especially in moments where Emma might seek Anna's guidance on a personal crisis. For fans, this behind-the-scenes bond hints at future storylines where Emma could become a protege of sorts, learning resilience and cunning from one of Port Charles' most formidable women. What's next for Gio and Emma? As Gio and Emma's storyline continues to unfold, the questions pile up faster than answers appear. Will their slow-burn romance finally catch fire, igniting a passion that reshapes their lives in Port Charles? Could external force, perhaps a dangerous figure from Gio's past or a family secret tied to Emma, throw obstacles in their path, testing the strength of their bond? Fans are also curious about how their relationship might intersect with broader GH arcs, such as the ongoing tensions within the Corinthos and Quartermain families. Picture a dramatic turn where Emma uncovers a hidden connection to a major player in town, forcing Gio to stand by her side against formidable odds. Their journey promises to be a roller coaster, blending romance with the signature intrigue that defines General Hospital. One certainty remains: with such fervent fan support and a natural chemistry that lights up the screen, Gio and Emma are poised to carve out a lasting legacy in soap opera history. The heart of Port Charles beats for love. In a town where danger and betrayal lurk around every corner, Gio and Emma offer a glimmer of hope, a reminder that even in Port Charles, love can bloom amidst the chaos. Their evolving relationship, fueled by genuine connection and a pace that respects the complexity of their emotions, has cemented them as a pair to watch. Whether they're supporting each other through personal struggles or inching closer to a defining romantic moment, their story resonates deeply with viewers craving an authentic, slow-build love story. Brett Brunner's insights only heighten the anticipation, affirming that this pairing is no fleeting fancy but a carefully crafted arc with endless potential. As we look ahead, the possibilities are as vast as the drama that defines. Will they overcome the inevitable hurdles to become the next super couple? Or will Port Charles' shadows tear them apart before they've truly begun? Stay tuned to ABC General Hospital Spoilers channel for more updates on Gio and Emma's captivating journey. What do you think lies ahead for this beloved duo? Are you rooting for their romance to ignite soon, or do you savor the slow burn? Drop your thoughts and predictions in the comments below, and let's keep the excitement alive.